Okay, not that. Hi everybody. There we go. Ooh, that was very stressful. Here's hoping it's working. Ooh, not fun. Again. Hi, welcome back. Uh, maybe. The internet at the shop does not seem particularly stable, so I can't tell how well or if this is working at all. So do let me know if something like that is going on. Good morning, everybody. It's just having a bit of a time at the moment. There we go. Hi, Lorian. Lovely to have you. I was just in Ontario, Canada, a little while ago for Christmas. Good morning. We're back. We're live. We're here. You may have noticed that we have been putting some, I don't want to say random items, but some items from our collection on sale. That is because if it hasn't been made clear to everybody, so I've had quite a bit going on. Let's settle in and I'm going to tell everybody a story. So I have started renovating the home studio for the Flock Online, the physical home of the digital space known as the Flock Online. And it has been a many year journey of trying to get to a place of having a stable filming environment and studio to store all of my things and do design work in and do the admin for the business from and run the online subscription service that I run. And it has been a bumpy ride. But we're nearing the end of that, and I'm going to actually have the studio space, it looks like, if what I'm seeing is correct, possibly by the end of next week, which feels like a miracle compared with where I was 2 months ago. So that's good news. The good news for all of you is it turns out that after about 7 years of working as a yarn store owner, tech editor, professional knitwear designer, and reviewer, I guess, of knitting tools and yarns and goods, I have quite a bit of, I don't want to say random, that's not correct. It was intentionally accrued for a purpose at the time, but I have a lot of stuff that you start and then just never end up finishing. Not just samples, but projects and tool reviews and partnerships because things get discontinued. So the shop at the moment at the back is full of that stuff, and also the stuff that I have had stored offsite that can no longer be stored offsite, as you can imagine now that it's going to be a studio. So that means that we have some great options and great deals for all of you. I have some knitting to show you. I have progress on all of my cabled cardigan projects. We are, we're gonna have to do some counting as a group, and I might have to get up and get off camera and go get some needles so I can continue to, oh no, and I'm gonna need a chart. I think this is why I put 3 projects in my knitting bag this morning, and then I said to myself, you're gonna be busy all day, you only need the one, and I only brought one. And it's one where I'm at a point I'm almost positive where I need to sit and read a chart very carefully as I transition from the rib, the beautiful rib, to the other. So I'm not going to be knitting in front of you today, but great news. More time to talk about all of the many projects that I have been working on. So this is the sleeve of Timberline. I have elected to make a modification and knit the sleeve flat. That is simply because I have the pattern repeat memorized flat, and I don't want to have to relearn it in the round. So I'm not going to. This is the cuff. If you also want to do this, you can follow my 2x2 tubular cast-on instructions. They are in the Flock Online. If you're interested in signing up, it's theflockonline.co.nz. Get ready to hear a lot about it as I prepare for the relaunch at the end of February, so let's get pumped. And you can follow those instructions. I have elected for a slip chain selvage, like on the fronts of Timberline for this, because I think it'll make the interior of the sleeve feel very comfortable, and the sleeve is not intended to fit and doesn't need to have any stretch or flex to it, so it's not a huge thing, and I just aesthetically liked knitting that particular selvage for once. So that's it. It's a 2x2 rib. Now, what does this mean? It means that apart from the button bands, which I've not started on purpose, and I won't start until the very end because it renders the project completely unportable once you start the very end process of this, and I know this from experience. I have finished in about 10 days of work it took to do it, the entire body of Timberline, which is great. And I'm super, super thrilled. Look at these stunning, classic, beautiful cables that I think have haunted all of us since Timberline was published. So I've got both fronts done, obviously, in order to have the whole body done. And down here at the bottom, which you can't quite see, down here at the bottom, these two little bits, if I've still got them in my hand, and you can hear me through the sweater and over the tram, are the beginnings of the button band and button stand, which I am looking forward to making. Oh yeah, I guess it is February. Happy February. I've got the back also done, obviously, which has that big marching triple repeat of the cable across it. I think it's incredibly visually effective and super stunning, and I love it. I'm thrilled. I did this in Button Jar in Shelter. We will have some pre-orders going up for Brooklyn Tweed. If there's anything from the Brooklyn Tweed catalog that you would like, please get in touch, as we are looking to fill a box and we are happy to accommodate pre-orders. So do get in touch with us via email. If there's something from the BT catalog that you're after, we'll let you know if it's in stock and help get that sorted. The cabled cardigan knit along that is a part of, that this is a part of, that Timberline is a part of, is wrapping up on February 14th, Valentine's Day. We will be having a little party at Get Flocked, as always, and we cannot wait to see you. Valentine's Day is our big holiday, as you may or may not know, so do not be surprised by that. Last but not least, thanks to an assist from the amazing Morag, my Exeter is fully finished except for some buttons, and I think I've picked the ones, but I'm going to talk to some people today, and then I'm going to see if while I work today I can guilt someone into sewing the buttons on so that I can wear it comfortably tomorrow. But Exeter is also fully finished and seamed, so it's got that big 4-panel repeat. I kind of think of, in my own head, and this may or may not be fair, but I can't help but think of Exeter and Timberline as the kind of his and hers ultimates of cardigans, right? The absolutely fabulous details of both of them really speak to the overall classic elements of the cabled cardigan, and at the same time they have a distinctly masculine and feminine aesthetic appearance to them that pays homage to many, many years of clothing craft and delineation of style through subtle style lines and other things, and you can modify those and personalize them for yourself, obviously. The standout feature of Exeter is all of it, but the back collar with its, I would say, challis sort of shape to it that comes down to a beautiful point, combined with the fact that, and I made this intentionally to layer over cardigans and jumpers like the one that I'm wearing, which is why I wore it today, so that I could double up like this, because I thought it was going to be a little chilly in Christchurch today, if I'm being honest. And so I wanted a big oversized cardigan that I could comfortably layer underneath, which I find to be a challenge, especially with seamless cardigans. Their lack of structure means when you push a sleeve or something into it, they just bulge at the edges. But this is going to rest beautifully and sit, and I'm certainly going to live in these cardigans and their big sister Belfast all winter long, which I can't wait. After we wrap up our cable cardigan knit along on February 14th, as I said already, we are going to take a 2-week pause and breath before we leap into this year's Knit Fast Die Warm. We're going to give you 2 months this year after some consultation with the original inspiration for the knit along, the amazing Christine. We're going to be extending it to 2 months. Christine's going to join me for the kickoff video the 1st of March, and we are going to wrap it up for you on the 3rd of May, although the official submission deadline will still be my birthday, May the 4th. There are almost no rules to Knit Fast Die Warm, except for start your project in any yarn base that from a company that we sell currently in the shop, and finish it by the how would you say this? By my birthday. That's it. Cast on something and finish something in a 60-day period. There will be a prize for a shawl, there will be a prize for a garment, and there will be a prize for garment knit flat. So jump on in. For those of you participating in garment knit flat, pieces finished and unseamed and unblocked is acceptable. And for those of you doing garment that is not specified, knit flat or knit in the round, finished but not blocked is acceptable. Ends do not have to be woven in. And for shawls and other things like that, I mean, it really depends. If you knit a single skein shawl and that's a big challenge for you in 2 months, I think it would be a good additional challenge to try to have it blocked. But if you're a very experienced knitter and you're doing something tricky, like casting on a 3-color shawl, like Color Craving or Earth and Sky or something like that, and getting it done, then, I mean, you know what you've done. No, but all entries are welcome, and we will be announcing some prizes from local vendors on the 1st. So we will have a clear prize structure and what we're going to be doing and how we're going to be getting that out to you. So stay tuned for all of that. Whew. And start thinking about what you want to make. I will tell you, the theme for Knit Fast Dye Warm this year for both Christine and I is Knit It Again. We are both revisiting something we have made before. I am going to possibly attempt to revisit 2 somethings I've made before. And we'll see how it goes. There was like an insane part of me that was thinking of making a, good morning, Bianca. There was an insane part of me considering making another Timberline or another cabled cardigan. I might cast on Radmere. That is a real possibility. So let's not rule Radmere out of the equation. Oh, guys, I have to tell you, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm so happy knitting with the Fiber Company and with Brooklyn Tweed Yarns, and I'm so pumped with all of my projects at the moment. And I started Earth and Sky and Road to China Light. I learned how to do the Intarsia, which is way easier than I was expecting. I can't wait to show everybody. And the Road to China Light is even more incredible than I remember. So just you wait. I am ready to go, and I cannot wait to do some other Intarsia adventures this year now that I understand how to do it. And I knew how to do it before, but I've never done it on a project. And I can't wait to talk all things Intarsia with all of you. I have a pattern plan that I'm going to try to get done, and I'm also very much looking forward to revisiting a previously drafted pattern in the form of my bottom-up drop shoulder pullover. So for everybody in the flock online, I'm going to be releasing the bottom-up drop shoulder pullover that you can knit either half and half in the round to the bottom of the arm opening, and then all the way up and then shape the top, or that you can knit completely flat by the first week of March, which I cannot wait for. Oh, thank you. Yeah, so Timberline has really come out marvelously. Again, I'm super, super thrilled. It's really done the thing that it's supposed to do and just looked amazing. And I think Exeter does too. And it just screams wonders for shelter. And before we jump into all of the many things that we have found and overstock and stuff that we're offering to you on a deal, I want to address something that I hear or read or used to read a lot. People were so down on nostalgia. They hated it, right? Like this whole nostalgia thing. You know what I discovered by going back home for Christmas and by knitting 2 garments in a row so far in shelter is nostalgia doesn't always lie. Sometimes things are as good as you remember, and sometimes they're better because you can appreciate them differently or better than what you were able to last time. So my nostalgia for Brooklyn Tweed and for the Fiber Company has been completely exceeded by working with the yarns from them again. And I can't wait for everybody to start playing with them and incorporating them into your yarn diet and finding all of the things about them that you're going to love as much as I love them. So that is an exciting thing for me because I get to see it all again through all of your eyes, which is incredibly exciting. Now, before I leave you, we have found some things. So let's go over it. Let's start with some of the redesigned things that I know absolutely we have popped onto a sale price for you guys. So we have in 3 colors, 2 different sets of stuff. We have this beautiful bucket bags on sale because the rack that they are stored on needs to actually be cleared off so that I can measure the area and start having new storage stuff devised for the total area. And it seems like that would be a silly thing, but I really do need it cleared off. So we have put these beautiful bucket bags on sale. They're taking up a little bit more space, and all of our larger tote bag style project bags are on sale as well. So we have that in the walnut, we have it in the burned tan and gold, and we also have one in black. They are down from $330 to $265. I know the prices of these ones off the top of my head, and you cannot go wrong with one of them. They both scream a great little handbag, and they are a fully functional project bag, and like all of them, they come with a gorgeous tote bag inside as well. So those guys are on sale, as are all of the tote bag style bags. They are all at a good discount so that you can get your hands on them. I'm really glad. Sorry, I am glad. Thank you, Lori Ann. I'm glad that all of you are thinking about making overall pieced cardigans again. There is a woman named Megan Babin. She owns a yarn company and also is a designer. And she and I are both definitely, she likes to say that she is Team Seam, which I think is quite cute. I particularly don't need a hashtag to describe my relationship with the 1,000-year-old craft. And for me, I really love the invitation that showing people what you can do with seams offers. So I'm hoping that as I continue to make these garments and wear them and get so much joy and pleasure out of them, that the rest of you overcome the narrative around seaming and join me on this happy adventure of comfortable, long-lasting knitwear. But there's no wrong way to approach this craft, and everybody should do what makes them happy. So, if you're somebody who knits a lot on fixed circular needles, or you're an avid sock knitter, so you have a lot of fixed circular needles, we have these gorgeous beauties, the Project 7, in 3 colors again. I believe that we have them in the same 3 colors, so you could have a matching project bag. We do. So, walnut, burned tan, and black, again. Beautiful little layout. We have multiples of these ones. Some of them have already sold very quickly since we put up the little discount. So do jump onto that. They are up there and ready to go home to you. These are the ones that store circular needles and your cables very, very beautifully. They do not have spots for individual tips, but they do come with a pouch, and these would also be great for Tunisian crochet hooks. You could store your interchangeable cables and stuff across here, and then all of your hook pieces and such stored in the zipper pouch. It has a zipper pouch, 2 underneath portions, and a pencil case and a pencil holder, as well as the traditional To Redesign Project tapestry needle holder, which I still think is one of the best things that they've put on all of their stuff. They are durable, they will last forever, and they are beautiful. So please do get amongst those. It also turns out that we have been storing quite a few gleaners, both the travel gleaner size and the big gleaner. We usually turn them over so fast that we don't notice them, but we do actually have several gleaners, and so these guys are also up at a discount just for the weekend, so we can get this little storage area. It's actually right up next to the front of the till. We're just trying to clear it out. Amazing. And we also have on there an Ashford umbrella Swift that we found taking up quite a bit of space. It turns out we had more than one in storage, and so that guy is up for sale as well, along with some other goodies. Last and certainly not least on the discount train, so that you guys are aware, these guys are up for this weekend only as we try to get this particular portion of the shop cleared out. All of the Knit Pro sets that we have in stock currently are on sale. So we have Kindness, which is the short tip mindful interchangeables. These are the ones that I use and love. We have Believe, the long tip small set of the mindful interchangeables, which I use and love every single day. These are by far my favorite needles, and this is my favorite size set. It does not have the 3.75 millimeter needle in it, but if you do buy it this weekend, we will throw it into both sets for you. We have the short tip set here from the incredible Lantern Moon team, the Yes, we have 2 sets of the Legacy here, which are the smaller set size, as in fewer tips, and they range all the way from 3.25 to 5 millimeter. And we love these. And we also have one of the big heirloom 5-inch sets on sale because I didn't think we had this many stored. So there we go. That is not all. There are more deals and other things on the website, if I'm being honest. We also have many of our samples listed up for sale because storing them is no longer an option. They have been stored very carefully in bins with anti-moth stuff for the last, honestly, some of them up to about 7 years. And as I no longer have access to these yarns and the samples do not fit any longer for the purpose of photo shoots, we are moving them along to make space for new things out in the studio and new space for things here in the shop too. So, that was a lot, right? That was a lot of me talking about a lot of things. So, a quick review. There's redesigned stuff on special. There are Knit Pro needle sets on special. This is going to be our only discounts that we are running on the Knit Pro needle sets this year, so please get amongst them and take them off of our hands. There are gleaners on sale, and get those guys because we never have them, and we are not going to be regularly stocking the Ashford Swifts in store. They're going to be something that we order in for people going forward, so please take, I think we're down to 1 Swift already, so please take that last Swift off our hands so that we can redo that whole tool storage area right up at the front and start to get some more options back in for all of you as we make more room to store stuff in visible display. So, that was a lot of stuff all at once. If you have any questions, please feel free to send through an email to getflockditting@gmail.com. We have been working as best we can with our courier partners over the last couple of weeks. It's been a little touch and go here and there, so I do apologize if things have not come out quite as expected at the timeline that we would have initially thought. If you need anything, stay in touch. And remember, over the next little while, lots of stuff is going to change behind me. And lots of stuff that you can't see in front of me is going to change. And lots of stuff at my studio in the way that I operate and work is going to change, which I'm very grateful for because it has been a very, if I'm being quite honest, a very long, hard road to get to this point. I think sometimes it can be a little fraught when you do something that people must seem from the outside like it's super fun. And not that it doesn't have its moments, but it still is stressful and difficult and all those things, just like a job. And not having a workspace for the last couple of years has certainly been an additional layer of opportunity for growth that I am looking forward to putting behind me and taking on new growth opportunities together. To wit, I should tell you in great detail that the Flock Online is getting a complete facelift, as is Get Flocked. You're going to see a new side of the entire business going forward and a new side of what we're doing. The Flock Online is going to be shifting its focus from its initial idea as Outlaw Online as a space and resource to utilize made in New Zealand yarn, specifically the ones that were sold by Outlaw Yarn, to make patterns from international designers better so that you were getting better outcomes overall. To a space for knitters from all over the world to come and grow inside of their craft by focusing on the basics, on pleasure, on overcoming common narratives of how we should be approaching our knitting, and finding peace and joy inside of what we are doing in each stitch that we are creating. I really want to stress that we're going to be focusing on the enjoyment and the passion in the craft on the Flock Online. I want to see your projects. I want to hear what's going on with them. And I also want to acknowledge that this is something that we should do for enjoyment. And so I'm going to encourage everyone this year, throughout all of 2025, that the naughty corner can be a thing, this or that can be a thing, but I think this year we all owe it to ourselves to not continue to knit things that we hate and to not knit in ways that we don't like. If you are not, or to have outcomes that no longer serve us with the time and investment we put into it. This is, for me, 2025, a year of nothing new, no new patterns, no new ideas, no new concepts. It turns out at this moment in time, no new yarns. That could change, but it's a year of opportunity a year to really find out what we love about what we do as knitters and crafters and to share that with each other. And by making a space where we can take the time to enjoy and find pleasure in both the making of the object and the outcome of the made object, we can break from the cycle that Ravelry has put knitters in with the concept of hot right now. And I would argue that we as knitters should not be asking for hot right now, given how long it takes to craft any garment or anything that we have, but we should be demanding hot forever. I am singularly interested in helping you seek out the pieces for you as an individual that will bring you joy every single time until they degrade and become dust. That you look at that garment, that you love it, so that if something happens to it, you are moved to want to repair it, so that should it trend or color or something shift, that it becomes part of your style because you select to wear that instead of conforming to a trend because it is something that you trust and know and love. And that's my goal, because then every single thing that we make will build up like a bulwark of pleasure and joy against the trials and difficulties of this world. And I happen to think that that is the natural extension of the outflow of the advice that Elizabeth Zimmerman has given us. Once we can imbue the actual knitting with that peace and calm, it will suffuse the garments and things that we make. And when we make these things like that, every time that we pick up the garment that we have suffused with that feeling of calm and goodness and love and a project that we enjoyed every facet of making, you will enjoy your life more. Period. And I know this because I have done this, and I am sitting here wearing 2 cardigans simultaneously that I made the exact way I thought I should make them, and with the help of a friend was able to make one absolutely perfect, and with the help of another friend made the other one much more than the sum of its parts just because she had a clear vision for the buttons. Thank you, Emily. And so that is my point. And also my final point about this is that everything that has ever been said about doing things together is completely true. If you want to go fast, go alone. Absolutely. If you want to go far, take a group. And I want to go far. I don't care how long it takes. I want to find out what the absolute peak of enjoyment, of knowledge, and of pleasure inside of this craft can be. And I want to do it together because I believe firmly that life is better together, and that when we work together to do things, we find and grow in ways that we could not have expected and could not have anticipated, and no plan is ever going to give us the incredibly good outcomes that come just from sitting around and listening to other people while we work on our craft. And if we do that in an online space, or if we do that in person, or if we do both, it will make our knitting lives and our crafting lives better. And I'm here to facilitate that and to create a space where we can all come together and find that. So, just want to remind you guys, I am going to start soliciting people starting next Tuesday to come and be a part of my interview series that will be launching as an edited podcast, not a vlog, not anything else, on Tuesdays on this channel, called How's the Flock, where I interview other knitters about their craft and where I stop talking about myself because I think we've all frankly heard enough about my knitting. So, my beautiful friends, please, all of you watching, remember that I cannot wait to tell your story, and I cannot wait for you to tell your story and to share that with people through your knitting. If you want to participate, I need you to bring 3 things with you. I need something from your early knitting, if you still have it. I need something that you're really, really proud of that you finished, and your current whip that you love. And if you have a current whip that you don't love, bring that too. We'll talk it through. We're going to tell the story of your knitting journey and how knitting has impacted your life through those 3 objects, or 4 objects. And then we are going to talk about where we think we can go with our knitting, and we're going to invite everyone along with us. And your stories are special, and I can't wait to share them with everybody. So, this is probably the moment when I should have remembered at the very beginning to tell people that I'm starting to get close to 1,000 subscribers, and I'm going to do a giveaway for the 1,000th subscriber. I meant to plan what it was going to be before this, but if you are watching this and you know somebody who may want to win some knitting themed prize that I did not decide on before deciding to tell everybody about this, please go ahead and invite them to like and subscribe to this video. You have to be subscribed to win. What's going to happen is as we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'm going to do a random draw for one of the 1,000 subscribers. So it behooves all of you watching to help me get to 1,000 subscribers. And I'm going to give away a sweater quantity of yarn. I don't know what yet, or maybe $100 to butter. I haven't decided. Who knows? But jump on in. Let me know what's happening. I can't wait to see what's going on with all of you. And have a honestly incredible rest of your week. Go out and find people who want to do things with you. If you can't, make them do things with you until they want to. And I love all of you.